Welcome to Chronosphere Fiction. This is your producer, Daniel French, bringing you another journey to the city of Port Locke, existing in the world of Gafgar and the eternally unfurnished. Maybe they'll meet him someday here, huh? Let's reintroduce our four heroes.
I am Javier Velasquez. I play the character Egan. He's a bard from the Troop of Glamour.
It's Dean Garcia here. My character's name is Halsey Malicewell. He goes by Hal. He is a rugged individual, very leading man type of look. He is missing his right hand.
Hello there, my name is Wyatt Spencer. I play Willow Lagond. She is a half-elf monk of the Order of the Drunken Masters.
This is Rod Diaz playing Bruner Stormshield, a paladin.
When last we left Port Locke, Halsey, Brunar, Willow, and Egan had just left the Talking Tree Tavern at Halsey's request in order to follow some suspicious hooded characters with rather long fingers. They noted the presence of their carriage, but also noticed that Gil is missing.
Gil?
We're looking around for Gil.
Wait, hold on. You don't think fingerfolk?
That's very racist.
How is that racist?
It's actually more speciesist.
He hates finger people.
No, I didn't say
He's
that
just
I hate
identifying
the
them.
long-fingered people.
But long
I'm
finger
just
people.
saying they were suspicious and they didn't talk to me when I was at their table.
You should see their puppet shows. No, just
And they went into the woods. Bruner, why don't you go check with Schmidt?
But who's gonna drive?
He can walk. The paladin.
I can walk.
But that's a long walk.
Bruner, check if Gil is with Schmidt.
Yeah, you're not in town, remember. You're remember the map of Port Locke? The Talking Tree is on the edge of that map. it's up there on a hill ways.
I mean, I could probably get a horse or whatever.
Oh yeah, why don't you take the carriage while we look for Gil?
Cool.
That's perfect. Why didn't we think of that?
All right, Bruner.
So what am I doing?
You're going to Schmidt and checking if Gil's there.
So Bruner sits at the carriage. Have you ever driven a carriage, Bruner?
No, but I'm proficient in riding a horse.
All right, we'll give you a shot at it.
How hard could it be? Gil does it all the time.
Oh yeah, but Gil's awesome.
The Gil's amazing.
I get up on there and just confidently.
Okay, you know how a horse works. There's two of them on the carriage at the moment. And it starts moving easily. And fortunately for you, these horses know where to go. You really don't have to steer them very much. But you notice almost right away as you leave the Talking Tree area down the road that things are not riding anywhere near as smoothly as they do when Gil drives the carriage. You are being bounced around a little bit. And they're not even really going that fast.
Well, I just hold on and do the best I can.
All right.
Hey, bye, Bruner. Bye.
Don't forget to ride.
All right. Gil. Let's look for tracks, right, guys?
I believe so.
That's
Okay.
a good thing to do.
I get really close to the dirt, like my cheek's almost touching it, but it's not quite.
Mhm.
And I'm looking for tracks.
I roll a perception check to see any signs.
That's a natural one, yeah.
I'll look
You
around.
see a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
You don't know which ones are Gil's.
Does anybody know Gil's shoe size?
You even bent down to look and you got some dirt in your eye. And now you're rubbing your eye.
Oh, God, that's my sword hand. A lot of foot traffic here. They have good business.
Indeed, they do.
Any other clues
All this is just
that you
Egan.
guys see around
Walk
here?
around in a circle.
Carriage it's not in like a corral kind of place or anything that looks like a stable. Remember I told you there's just places up front to tie your horses, and Gil had basically kind of managed to do a U-turn and face the carriage back towards town before you went in. It's basically this huge, more than 100 foot across tree trunk. This huge oak goes up. You know, it's a big circular thing. And then if you were standing at the front and you backed up a bit or went over to the right or the left, you would see on either side of it in the back are two more, not quite as big, but still huge oak trees. And then the hill goes back down behind those trees. Actually, to the right, there's a farm. And to the left, a lot of forest starts. It's, it's very meadowy and tree-like. And then that continues beyond the
cat
farm.
was talking about? The meadowy tree-like area?
Probably.
Maybe Bill was inside the tree right now, enjoying himself.
Oh, doesn't seem like Gil.
I didn't see him there. Did you guys see him?
It wasn't super busy. You could have missed him if he walked in and got a girl. Especially with some of the traipsing around that you did. But you went upstairs, so he didn't go upstairs while you were upstairs.
I feel like we should go to where those finger guys went. I feel they might have done something to you.
Why are you connecting them to that?
They had long fingers and a hooked nose.
You know that means evil doings.
You got no fingers and one hand.
Yeah, so I'm extra good. Your point? They had hoods. They were suspicious. You follow suspicion, guys.
You're probably just having a tea party.
Well, if they're having a tea party, then we can write them off as suspects.
Makes sense.
And also, evil people can have tea parties.
This is true also.
Evil? Can you pass the evil crumpet?
The normal crumpet.
The frosting looks like a spider.
The cat said that they went into a tree area. I'm assuming that's the wooded area over there. The meadow.
That's the one in the two oak trees.
Yeah, exactly. Over there.
Well, if we're not going, we might as well just go.
Yeah, okay. Unless you guys see anything that leads you to Gil. I don't see anything.
Do I see anything that leads to Gil? Looking around. Do I just see Gil?
I'll roll investigation. Can I roll investigation?
Anywhere?
See
Sure.
if I can 15.
Okay, you do notice that amongst all the messy footprints around where you guys are from people going in and out of the place and getting their horses or anything, most people go back down the way you came. And there is this worn path that apparently has a couple pretty fresh-looking tracks in it that goes the opposite direction, around the big tree.
That looks interesting.
Let's follow it then.
Maybe Gil decided to explore.
Can't believe I missed that.
You were busy looking at her.
So this path goes around the Talking Tree Inn, along, if you were standing in front, the right side of it, and it forks off, and one trail goes towards the big oak tree on the right, and one trail goes to the big oak tree on the left.
Ooh, conundrum. Left or right, fellows? Fellow.
This might be a bad idea, but
Judging on your earlier investigation roll, if you had to choose between the two, it looks like the trail that somebody walked down most recently is the one on the left.
It looks like it went, whoever walked here went left.
Then we go left.
Okay, so you continue around towards the back of the Talking Tree Inn, leaving the other giant oak on your right. And as you get right about where you would be leaving the back of the Talking Tree Inn, it forks off again. The right goes towards the big oak that you're thinking that you would be headed towards. And the left goes to a double door in the back of the Talking Tree Inn.
I believe the back might be pretty odd.
I try to open it.
It opens.
Open.
What do you see?
I peek my...
You peek your head into a room with a dirt floor that has a shelving structure is the first thing that you notice, with huge barrels laying on their sides, almost stacked right on top of each other. But the shelving structure is made so that it holds each barrel and keeps it from rolling. And first thing you notice is there's a row of 8 barrels across and 4 barrels high. And you hear a clink, clunk kind of noise to your right as you begin to peek through. And there is a light over to your right. And you look over there and you see Gil sitting at a table, putting down his mug of beer. And he's standing there. And there's also this other guy who's about 4'10". He's very thick and hairy. And he's got a bit of a bald pate, like a balding forehead. And then he's got this huge lock of red hair that goes down to the middle of his back, tied in a ponytail. And he's wearing some steel plates on his shoulders. and there's a pair of gauntlets next to him on the table, and he's got boots and greaves on, and Gil is checking out this axe. He's holding it in his hands, and he looks up and he's all, "Oh, what's up, boys?"
Hey, do I know what a dwarf is? Is that not a dwarf?
Yeah, well, I would say that you guys have never met a dwarf. You know about them. You wouldn't be sure at the moment if that is a shorter human or a dwarf that's
All right.
standing there.
Hey, Gil!
Oh,
We're looking for you.
Found him.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man?
We thought it was going to be a little more treacherous. Bruner took the chariot, so
Guess we're walking back.
yeah.
Well, we could always stay the night. They do have great.
They kind of just kicked us out.
Yeah, we're not really allowed there.
I
I mean,
blame you.
hey, I can sleep outside. I'm a ranger, trained in that kind of stuff. You guys are welcome to as well.
I've slept outside before.
And you're good.
I really miss my bed.
Gil, who's your friend?
Oh, yeah. How rude of me. I'm sorry. This is Hal. This is Egan. This is Willow. My friends, meet Artag.
Artag.
Good friend of mine from way back. Lives down in Estelring. He is the owner of a fine establishment known as the Wasted Cadaver.
Do I?
And we were just talking about some business that he had with Melindor. At that, I'll let you know, Artag, the axe is still looking great. Do you want me to take it back now? Do you need it? And Artag says, I'd like to be holding on to it for a bit if it's okay with Melindor. Sure, Artag. I'm sure that's fine. I'll make sure that he knows. Okay. Well, our business is done.
Nice meeting you, Artag.
Well met.
The rotting corpse, or what was it called again?
The Wasted Cadaver.
The wasted cadaver. Okay,
If you're ever in Estelring, yes, please come by.
I'll write that down.
I'll see to it you enjoy yourself.
What is the Wasted Cadaver?
That's an inn much like this one.
Ooh, okay. I got it, yeah.
I might actually get your.
Only it's not in a gigantic oak tree. It's a building in the city, you know.
Have you seen a really big guy?
I've seen a lot of really big guys. I've been doing some traveling. You know Gaffgarn? Good Lord. That dude's enormous. I heard tale when he was born, he was a girl.
Oh, I mean, like,
that's another
I
thing.
don't judge. What was the name of the guy? Maybe he knows the name.
Condo.
Condo?
Oh, I'm sorry. Condo. Yes.
Condo.
Condo.
Very big guy uses a table.
I don't recall ever meeting anybody named Condo.
Well, it was worth a shot.
But Gil, if you find there, we're gonna go look in the woods real quick.
All right. I'm not driving you guys home yet.
I mean, you can't.
What?
I mean, really can't because we sent Bruner back to Melindor. Well,
You had Bruner steal my carriage?
He didn't steal it.
we thought you were missing.
He took it, and I wasn't there, and you didn't ask.
We were waiting.
we thought you had been kidnapped.
Here's
or
5
something.
gold. Stay the
I
night.
don't want your freaking gold. I
God,
want my
man, I
freaking
don't know what you
carriage.
want then.
You're buying me a horse. That's what you're doing.
Oh, shouldn't 5 gold cover a horse? How much are horses nowadays? How much?
75.
75 gold.
For riding. For a draft horse that pulls a carriage, it's like,
God,
well, the price is different.
that's all my money. Did you guys chip in?
I suggest you all chip in. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
over there.
Can't you rent a horse?
Fine. Give me 10 gold, and I'll get myself home.
It was his idea.
Fine, I'll give you 10 gold. Jeez.
Well, you need me to get the carriage and come back and get you?
Eventually, I think so, yeah.
Probably tomorrow morning.
All right, I'll think about it. See what Melindor says.
By the way, if you come back, you should try the wine. The blue wine is fantastic.
I've lived here longer than you.
All right, so we go back outside.
You guys are going back outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to try to find the finger people.
That sounds very wrong.
We're going to find
The hooded figures.
the hooded figures with fingers
And noses.
and noses.
So any person with a hood?
No, these ones. You know they have longer than normal fingers.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I was just, easy.
Okay, now wait. You walk out the double door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we walk out the double door.
Gil follows you to the double door, and as you walk out, he closes the door behind you.
Oh, okay.
Do you continue down the path that goes to the other oak, which would also be going in the direction of the woods you're talking about?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
You walk down the path. I'm going to say it's like another good 70 feet. You see, boom, another big oak there. Rather than an inn, this would look more like a tree that's been turned into a house. And there is a door on it.
I believe this is Willard.
Should we knock?
Okay. And Egan knocks on the door.
And you knock on the door and you're all standing there for a minute. No answer. Let me add that as you approach the door to knock on it, you notice that if you were to follow this tree around to the right, there is what looks like an offshooting root branch that almost comes off of the ground. And it basically looks like a chimney. Then the door that you're going toward from the angle you're at would be about in the middle. But on the left side of the tree, you see as it rolls down the hill, there's like logs that have been made into steps buried in the ground that look like they must go up to another door.
Oh, man. Are we knocking on the back door? That's so weird.
That's-
Yeah.
yeah, it's kinda
Let's go.
Oh,
let's go.
and where the chimney is, there's a little fence that makes like a little yard
Oh,
about 60 feet across.
let's go to the front door.
Go to front.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we open the fence, I guess, to go to.
There's no fence in between you and the other door.
Okay, I go up to the.
So
Egan.
now if you were facing it, you'd be going to the left. And as you come around, sure enough, you see that there's a set of stairs that go down to a path that obviously eventually meets up with the same road that you guys came up. And it goes up to a door that's definitely more ornate than the door you just knocked on. It's got like a carved block above the top of the door that has curly cues and prettiness on it. And it's got a little window in the center that has a iron grate around it.
Egan goes up to that and knocks on the door.
And you guys are standing there waiting for a minute or so, and you've gotten no answer.
I believe this is a dead end.
Well, we got to get in.
No, we don't. We can just go to the woods and follow the cat's advice, like you said.
Aren't we? Are we not in the woods?
No.
No, we're not. Oh,
Have we
Did-
been
would you-
walking through trees?
Not yet.
I just think that wherever there's trees, that's
Yeah.
the woods.
If you were to continue walking past this tree in the direction you were going, you would go downhill for a little ways, and it goes into a very meadowy looking area. And then there's a tree line behind that goes off to your right around the farm, off to your left towards the farms that are on the other side of Fort Locke.
Did you say if there were windows or not on this treehouse?
As you approached, you definitely saw a round window on the wall alongside of that chimney. And then the branch above the chimney and the window has a separate little treehouse that has kind of a gazebo style to it. And it has a basket hanging from a rope, and the rope goes up into the floor of that gazebo-looking treehouse. And hanging from that rope, that basket looks like something that you could actually stand in it.
A very intricate house.
Yes.
Very interesting. So let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, we can always come back to this.
Oh, and above the treehouse, there's a split branch that has a huge nest.
I gotta say, this house is super. I want to know what's up with it
Yeah, we should come back and see if someone's home
later.
Later.
All right.
If you want
It's
to
kind
go
of late
in there
time,
so
obviously.
bad.
It is getting, to where it's going to start getting dark about now.
You just gotta remember.
You want to go into the woods?
You just gotta remember. If you want to break into this house, I don't believe Schmidt will cover this.
He covers everything. Should we make camp then? You guys want to make camp? Getting kind of dark.
You might miss your finger people.
All right, let's go look for the finger people.
Let's go look for this. Oh, there were.
Okay, we continue into the woods.
Basically making a beeline from what we'll call the opposite side of what you guys called the back door of the tree. You would be going straight into the meadow, into the center of that meadow,
Yeah.
towards the tree line. So off you go, traipsing along. Well, you walk downhill for a little bit, and you're strolling in this very pretty little meadow with lots of wildflowers. Off to your right is where the fence that you saw by the chimney area of the tree makes its angle around, separating its little corral area from the meadow. And you notice in the fenced area, there is a animal that at best resembles a ram.
Oh.
It might even occur to even all three of you that, like, there's no way that fence would hold that ram in there if that ram wanted to leave. Probably just jump over it.
I believe this fence is not for the ram.
So you're saying it's a meadow with a ram in it and then trees?
No, the ram is in the fenced area.
Which is
in
like
the corral. And the meadow, it's kind of, the corral area could almost be part of the meadow, but it's obviously being cleared out. Probably mostly from animals walking around in there.
Please don't jump fence. Ram, if you can run 10 seconds per mile, the ram runs 12.
Isn't even paying attention to you guys.
Oh, I'm going to ask the ram a question. I guess speak animal with the ram.
What was that?
Hey, ram?
Oh, sure.
What?
Just want to ask a few questions. If you've seen any hooded figures with long fingers?
What?
Like how I wear clothes. They wear clothes on their head.
Yes.
Where'd you see them go?
In
the meadow?
No.
In the house?
Yes.
The tree house or this other house?
Where you knocked.
Where we knocked.
Yes.
Got it. So I was right and Egan was wrong, you're saying. I don't believe that.
He went in the tree.
Thank you, Mr. Ram. All right. So it looks like the long-fingered people are in the tree.
I believe the cat told you he went into the woods.
Well, the cat might have gotten confused. The ram says that. The ram is outside. The cats are going everywhere.
So shouldn't the cat know where everything's going?
Well, why are you believing the cat over the ram?
Because you gave him 2 pies.
Yeah, but the ram is a cool guy. You're a cool guy, Mr. Ram.
Ram hears you talking still. He says, went into the woods first.
Oh.
Came back. Went into the tree.
So makes a lot of sense. So they went into the woods first, then went to the house.
Yes.
Ram cleared that up for us. Great guy.
Literally, you were just going, ma, 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 ma. The ram was like, ma, 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 ma.
Yeah, I was having a conversation in ram speak.
Actually,
we don't know
in
what
some ram speak, they don't actually use their mouth.
It's a scream.
There was a couple. There was a couple ram farts in there. Some of their words are done with gas.
I did the. All right, so we gotta get inside that little tree house, like I said before, because I'm right. Let's go.
Okay, breaking and entering.
I'm sure the long-fingered people are bad.
You gotta find
Or we
better
could go
names.
see. Or we could go see what they were doing in the woods in the first place.
Yeah, but how are we gonna find where they went?
Aren't you the one who can track people?
Yeah, but if we went inside their house, isn't that 2 birds? We catch them and we probably get to know what they're up to.
Or they're just people who just look a little weird.
Hey, do you know what a cult is? They wear all the same clothes, look weird.
Bruner technically wears
Same
his
clothes.
symbols of his god.
Yeah, okay, I'm not
And
trying to get into
same-
religion topic.
Burner's in a cult.
Ram has some very strong feelings about religion. If you guys want to see what they were doing in the woods first, sure, but I feel like that's a waste of time.
I'm good with either.
There we go.
Oh, then I don't know why we're having this conversation. Let's go. Okay, we go back to the house.
Teasing him is fun.
Okay. Which door?
Yeah, back door. Let's go to the back. Anyone here good at lock picking?
Okay, the back door is an arched door, approximately 5 feet across, 7 feet high, and has no window-looking thing in it at all. There is an iron handle bolted on to the right side of it, and no other specific markings. And It appears very flush with the tree, matches the bark and the side of the tree surprisingly well. Like at one time, many years ago, you might have walked by this tree and not seen that. But now it's pretty up.
I try to open it, make sure it's not locked.
As you pull on it, you can tell right away that there's probably a bar across it on the other side.
Does anyone know how
that
to climb?
slides into two,
We can send Willow up the tree and probably just
Yes, I know how to climb.
very cat-like.
You climb up there. Oh, she can go through the chimney.
I don't
And
believe
then
that's a
open
good
the
idea.
door from the other side.
I
Does
don't
the chimney look like it goes into near where the back door is? Or does it go like...
the chimney is 20 to 25 feet away from the door if you were doing like a straight line from the inside of the tree.
So I could do that. I might have to sneak through the rest of the house though. Or I could go down the chimney, stay in the chimney. If there's people where the chimney is, I could trouble.
Isn't there like a basket?
There's a...
Why can't she just climb that side where the eggs are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the basket is hanging from that gazebo-looking treehouse that's on a big branch that really branches off from the tree. And it's huge. That branch itself is like a tree. So the basket would be hanging over the corralled area where the ram is. And if you made a straight line from the basket down to the ground, it's almost 30 feet from the trunk of the tree.
I could just climb up and check on what... Maybe there's a way in through the nest.
I think so too.
All right.
That nest, although very visible as you approach the tree, is 65, 70 feet up.
Ooh.
It's not a little tree, guys. Yeah, about a good 70 feet up is where that nest is. The gazebo is on that branch right below the nest. And the basket is maybe about 4 feet farther from the trunk of the tree than the nest is if you were making that kind of a straight line. Hanging down at about 4 to 5 stories mark, about 50 feet up.
Willow, do you know how to pick a lock?
I could if I had...
I might give you a hand.
Do you have thieves tools?
Do you have thieves too?
I have an iron pot.
You know how darts have like needles on them?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to pick the lock with the dart?
There's not a keyhole type
okay.
lock on
Oh,
this
that's right.
door.
Yeah, it's a bar.
You could tell right away that there's just a bar on the other side of the door. There's no actual mechanism for
Thin as your
lifting that
blade
bar
hand.
from the outside.
Is there like a...
So
There's no windows on this thing, is there?
It's made out of wood.
There
right?
are windows, but the lowest window that you've seen so far, and you haven't gone all the way around the tree yet.
Mhm.
Actually, you did because you went into the woods.
Yeah.
So you've seen it from both sides. The lowest window is at almost the 4-story mark. It's almost even with the
Fun.
basket.
Willow,
Like
there's...
almost a good 40
Is
feet
the
up.
door made out of wood?
Yes.
Yeah, remember, you're still standing at that
Yeah.
back door. Mhm.
So,
You
we
could
could
climb
just,
up to the window.
You just slide your sword arm and go like, oop.
yeah, I was thinking just stabbing it through. Would I be able to go with my sword arm?
Yeah, I guess you'll have to try it.
I try that.
What kind of sword is your hand, would you say? Is it like a thin dagger? Is it like a sturdy blade? It is a short sword. You get the tip in, and you can tell this used to be almost like a secret door. There's not a lot of space to really slide in there, but you can get it in farther than you thought, and you get it in about 8 inches. And it looks like you've barely got your blade tip through the other side
Man,
of that
I
slot.
just got just a tip. Can I feel where the bar could be?
You can slide, and the edge of your bladed hand does appear to like catch on some bark and stuff a little bit, but you definitely feel click, click. You went under the, I'm assuming you went low, below the iron ring. And as you lift up, you can feel the tip hit the bar.
All right.
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, I know where the bar is, so I take my
God, he
sword.
puts the tip in and he asks, do you feel anything?
I take my sword out
Got it.
and I ram my sword hand through where
Oh,
I think
dear.
the bar is.
Okay.
You're going through the back door that fiercely.
You just hurt yourself a little bit.
Ow! God damn!
And your sword goes in, probably as deep as you wanted it to, and you bust your arm right off of the contraption that is attached to your arm.
Oh, so my sword's stuck there.
Your sword's stuck in there, and now you have like lash burns from basically ripping your hand out of the harness without unbuckling it.
God damn it!
And it hurts like a bitch.
Yeah, you guys see me just like
Should we? So is
rubbing my
this
nub.
door? Can you pull
But
up the sword?
it looks like it's in there pretty good, depending on, you don't know how big the bar is on the other side, but you could get a bite on it.
Don't look at me.
I only have one arm now.
Well, you
Do you have any other weapons?
I have my crossbow.
weapons?
It's not gonna help.
Should I climb up to window and throw you guys a
I
rope
don't know if
down?
this is gonna work.
Were you expecting the thing? Open sesame?
Yeah, hold on. I take out my shovel, try to
Hey,
hammer it.
while you're getting your shovel out, and the three of you are looking at each other and looking at the door, behind you, you hear, "Hi, what are you folks doing?"
I
And you know the voice.
oh no.
It's Gil.
Oh, Gil.
Oh, Gil.
So,
They're suspicious.
This is Willard's house, man.
The long-fingered people went in there. Yeah, the ram told me they went in there.
oh dear.
So you tell them about the guys with the fingers and the noses and the
Yeah, I tell
heads
them all of it.
and the leather and all that. So that gives you the okay to just bust into Willard's house. By the way, I happen to know the front door is unlocked.
We were trying to be stealthy about it.
I told them not to do it.
I can't wait to tell Melindor about your bumbling fullness.
It's mostly him.
Okay, guys, help me
Look at
unjam
you,
my
you're
sword.
ripping your arm apart. Front door's freaking open, man. You could have asked.
I didn't know whose house it was. I thought it belonged to the long.
Well, you know it's not yours, and you know where you are, and you met the freaking people inside, right?
I told you it might have been Willow.
Yeah, but the ram told me the long finger people went in there.
The ram barely ate like 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, and probably forgot. Don't you see him keep on eating?
I believe in my animal compatriots. All right.
We just talked to a cat.
Exactly. And the cat gave us good leads.
He's
Well,
a
says,
cat.
well, I'm heading out. It's getting dark. I got my horse. I'm going. Go in the front door. Willard might get pissed if he catches you, but I don't know.
Can one of you help me with my sword? I only have one arm. Come on, guys.
I'll do the help action, which gives him advantage
Oh,
on
okay.
athletics check.
Am I gonna roll trying to bring out my sword?
How you gonna do it? Just pull it with your hand? You're gonna put your foot against the tree? You're gonna...
I mean, I'm grabbing onto
I
it.
have one hand. Willow's
two.
helping me, and the foot against the tree.
Gil's walking away, shaking his head.
Love you, Gil.
Someone else could be.
The blade starts to move, and you've wedged it in there pretty good.
Oh my god.
You can tell you can still pull it out, but you're gonna have to give it more than a couple tugs and some wiggling around.
We do that.
It comes out.
I reattached it.
Let's go to the front door.
Let's go in the front door.
You walk down around to the front door, and it's got this handle like we would call an average gate handle that you can put your hand around it, and then there's a
latch.
there's a thing that almost looks like an iron coin above the handle that you would put your thumb on and push down.
Yeah. Fine.
Open
Just
it.
open
I
the
opened the
door.
door.
Open the door.
I was just saying.
can't
When you
just
open
open the door.
it pushes inward, and then it goes into immediately a room. There was a small break here due to technical difficulties. When last we left off, we had three nefarious characters, Egan, Hal, and Willow, about to enter the treehouse of Willard. And we had Brunar, who had taken the wagon. Brunar and the wagon went back to Melindor's place to tell him something. The wagon pulls up to Melindor's building. Schmidt Monster Hunters. You jump off the wagon, walk up the stairs, and you're at the red door with the mother of pearl curly cues on the front of it.
I step on in.
You enter the room. You see Lynette at Melindor's entrance table with her nose in a book.
I say, greetings, Lilith.
This is amazing, Brunar. I've never known how to read a freaking thing in my life. And yet here I am, reading and studying things that Melindor has asked me to study.
That is fantastic.
He had me eat this powder and drink this stuff, and he showed me how to read a little bit, and off I go. I'm reading.
Great. That's great. Any idea where Pandora is?
Yeah, he's in a place. I'll have to go get him for you. I'm allowed to go down there. I'll be right back.
And off she runs and pads. And she goes to the stairway that goes up. and she pulls, and you've never seen this before, she pulls one of the rungs of the banister, and it lifts up towards the stairs, and the bottom 3 stairs collapse and slide down, and she goes running downstairs. And in a moment, you hear her padding back up, and another set of footsteps is behind her as she appears out of that opening, and behind her, kind of bending over a little bit because it's not that tall of an opening, is Melindor, and he's like 7 foot tall, so
Totally.
his lankiness comes stretching out of that hole, and hey, Brunar, what's going on? Where is everybody?
I bring him up to speed on what's going on and emphasize that Gil is missing.
Melindor's like, all right, interesting. Long-fingered folk. Robes.
Curious.
Did you see the guy they left with when they went out of the treehouse?
I think I did, didn't I?
You're able to describe him a little bit. The weird crew-cut-looking gray beard that he had. Whiskery-looking gentleman. Oh, very good. All right, well, I strongly suggest you jump back in the wagon. Get back over there. Do you guys have healing potions or anything like that with you?
I have cure wounds.
I'm a walking healer, I think, too.
Well, he's asking Bruner.
No. Sorry. Well, ignore us.
All right, here, take these. And he gives you these 3 just pouch flasks. They're not hard, they're leather flasks. He says, you guys might find some weird stuff over there if you go into that forest. So these are healing potions in case you get beat up or something.
Thank you.
Yeah, get back to them and make sure they're safe. Of course, I trust you guys if you've found something or they found something that they warrant needs more investigation, continue on. Otherwise, you'll be there to pick them up in the wagon and bring them back.
Roger that.
Okay, so he hops back in the wagon and he's going back. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and go into the front door while he's on his way back.
All right.
So Gil's with us?
He was. He just
We
left. He walked away going,
I don't want to deal with you guys.
God
Right.
damn you idiots.
Perfect.
He said before he left, the front door's open. You could have asked first, but go on in there and do what you're going to do. And if you run into Willard and you tell him you're doing an investigation for Melindor, sure, it'll probably be fine.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
Yay!
First things first, I'm going to switch my sword prosthetic with my crossbow prosthetic
Okay.
and quickly get a bolt ready.
Yes, your sword prosthetic it's still a sword. You didn't ruin the edge
Right,
of the
but
blade or
it's like-
anything. It's not bent, but
There is a chance for it to fly off.
yeah,
right?
where you clasp it onto your arm, you've done damage to it, and so you might hit something with it, and it might just fall right off your arm. It does not feel as secure as it used to feel.
Okay, so I open the door and I take a look around.
Very good. As the door opens, you open into a windowless room.
Halsey, what do you see?
The
Tell you in a
door
sec.
immediately stepping in goes down a set of stairs, or there's a set of stairs in front of you
Okay, there's a set of stairs in front of me that goes down.
that goes down. The lighting isn't great in there, but you can see there are some posts with jackets hanging on them to your left. There are some boots on the floor, 1 pair of boots and a pair of small dancer-like shoes.
All right, guys.
And,
when we walk in, we got to take off our shoes. It's one of those houses.
Oh, yeah.
And just beyond that, there's a door to the left. And then there's a set of stone stairs just beyond that. You can tell there's
Can I see through the door? Or on the left?
No. The door to your left is closed. Just beyond that door,
Oh.
if you were to walk past it, is a set of stone stairs that jut out into the middle of the room. So there's stuff on the other side of that stone staircase that you cannot see at the moment.
Got it.
That's about all you can see at the moment.
Oh, right. So I relay this to my teammates?
Yeah, Willie is very self-conscious about dirt. He never liked the night.
Right, yeah. I'm like nodding my head as I take off my boots and put them next to the shoes that are there. Like, right, yeah. But look at my feet. I'm self-conscious about my feet.
That's so smart.
Stop talking about them.
Well, okay. And then Egan gets his boots and takes them off and puts on some slippers that he finds on the side, I guess, if he does.
Yeah, just because we're breaking and entering doesn't mean we got to be rude about it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't break anything.
Well, I
You
did.
tried to.
I did.
So let's go inside as Egan steps forward.
So we got those stairs.
Stairs upstairs.
Yeah, we got the ones going downstairs and the stow ones going up the stairs.
How about we just cover this level for right now?
Right,
Or,
right, yeah.
or we could split up.
I think
No.
that sounds like a bad idea.
I believe that would be a very poor decision.
Speaking of which, I wonder what's taking Bruner so long.
Well, you know Bruner, he loves to drag race in that thing.
Right, yeah, that's true.
And on cue, the wagon is pulling up. Where you pulled up before at the treehouse.
Nice.
Let me take a moment to explain as well, because I don't think I did this before. Though the treehouse itself is just this massively enormous oak. Like I said, more than a football field across in the trunk, hundreds of feet tall, just this massive oak. And even Willard's house that you guys are entering is huge. The size of the tree that Willard's house is in is not as unusual in this part of the world. In the forest, beyond these farms and beyond Port Locke, it's not unusual to find trees that are 40 feet across and 100, 200 feet tall.
Cool.
Have you ever been to a party with
They
one of
kind
these
of grow
trees?
in clumps where say like if each clump was a circle, the trees on the outside of a circle will be shorter and thinner. And as you get towards the center, there will be one or two really big ones towards the middle. Yeah.
So that means they cut down all the trees around here and left just the big ones then. Because if they're just these two big trees in a big field.
Well, that's another discussion.
Nature conservation.
Obviously, they didn't run out of wood.
So,
building the town.
so where are we going?
I like the idea of looking around the head first, but if we can, we should go upstairs.
I think
maybe?
we should go downstairs. Everyone knows downstairs is more evil. So
Again,
I feel like that's where they...
You haven't found any stairs going down yet besides the ones that just entering the room.
Oh, I thought those went like
No, those
more
stairs
down.
just enter the room. That's it.
My
It's-
bad.
You went up about 14 or 15 stairs to get to the front door, and you have to go down 6 stairs to get to the floor of this room.
Right, got it. Now,
Again, people with long fingers.
That's okay.
the goat said that they walked in here.
Yes,
I
they did.
trust the goat. Animals never lie.
Meanwhile, we go to like Mr. Seamstress just eating a bowl of lasagna. He's just like, that was a good lie I just pulled on them. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna ride around in the cart looking for Gil and these guys.
As you go towards the back of the area where you would park the wagon,
Yeah,
you do see Gil walking towards the front, looking around
I had
for
over,
the wagon.
I flag him down.
Oh, hey, what are you doing?
I had to give a quick update to the man. So what's up?
Your buddies, Hal, Willow, and Egan are in the back behind the treehouse. You'll see a tree house on the left. There's one on the right, one on the left. They've gone into the one on the left.
All right. I guess I should go keep them out of trouble. What are they doing?
Yeah, go join them.
All right.
Give me my wagon.
I give him the wagon. I head over.
So let's look.
Yeah, I'm going over to the stone door. No, the door.
It's a door,
on the
and
left.
then the stones.
The stone stairs come down in almost a half circle. So to go to that door on the left, you would be kind of walking into that half circle of space. And the only thing there besides that door is a small flat table that fits along the curvature of the wall. And there's nothing on that table.
They just need to work on their furniture, man. This is
Have you
just
ever been
sad.
to a party with a table like this? All the beer?
Yeah, but there's no chairs.
It's a
That's the
small
point.
table. It looks like a place where, like you're in the mudroom. This is where you would drop your weapons and dirty clothes and whatnot before you went into the rest of the house before you get the place all dirty.
I feel like we should probably walking around stealthily.
Yeah,
I already took off my boots.
I have slippers.
Fine.
I'm not wearing shoes right now.
Yeah.
See, you already had the roll stealth just in case.
I will also be like to be
16 stealth.
Stealth. I got a 7.
Willow is very stealthy. Hal thinks he's very stealthy. Willow's like, oh man.
See,
stomping around.
see, we're very stealthy.
I actually
Willow.
don't change anything about what I'm doing. I just switched to a stage whisper, but like a stage whisper in world, so I'm still being really loud.
You just
So I'm
hear,
like, hey guys, I don't see anything.
I forgot to mention above that table there is a brazier. Is that how we pronounce it these days?
Bra?
Not a bra, a lantern on the wall. It's like
Oh,
a bowl.
Brazier?
A brazier.
A brazier. Thank you. But it is not lit.
it's not cool enough to be lit.
I'm going to go over to the door and open it.
I'm gonna light this brazier.
Okay, this door is one of those doors where there's a top half and a bottom half. There is a lock on it that obviously uses a key. It is the latch kind of lock that you put in a crossbeam key, and if you turn it to the left, it slides a little bar into a hole, and if you turn it to the right, it slides the bar out of the hole. And there's one of those in the top half door and one of those in the bottom half.
Interesting.
I'm not saying it's locked. You haven't tried.
Oh, I'll try the door. Is it locked?
Did you do the top half or the bottom half?
Top half.
It's locked.
What about the bottom half?
It's locked.
Willow?
Yes.
Having trouble there?
The door's locked.
The door on both the top half and the bottom half is like 8 vertical wooden slats across and a diagonal wooden slat across those.
What if
Any other doors there?
we kick it open?
No. Is there any other doors here?
I mean, we could go upstairs, or we could go on the other side of the stairs because we haven't actually looked over there yet.
Let's go over there real quick and then go upstairs. Okay, I'll investigate over there.
Okay, you go around the stairs and you see a wall with a door on it
Ooh.
that has a slide bar, and the slide bar is on your side.
I move the slide bar and open it.
You open it and you see a little bit of a glow in this room coming from a chimenea type of fireplace
I found a fireplace.
on the other side of the room, which from what you saw outside appears to you guys to pretty obviously be the bottom of that chimney that you saw. And there are several logs, not flaming, but still glowing and creating some light in this room.
Did I find the furnace?
There is, to the left of that, a table with some pots on it and some bags of what appear to be grain or flour underneath. Some kind of bunch of cupboards about 9 feet above that. Some open shelves first, then some cupboards above those. And below those, you see hanging, stuff that you would see hanging in a kitchen like garlic and herbs and whatnot. And there's a ladder next to those shelves and cupboard.
Well, I found a room with a bunch of stuff inside of it. Looks like it's a closet or like a storage closet.
All
and
right.
there's a giant chimney in here. And
It's
a
not
ladder.
that small of a room. It's you would more recognize it as a kitchen.
No, there's a
Oh, kitchen.
The chimney is for cooking.
I found the chimney for cooking, and I found
The chimenea.
I found garlic. So if anybody, Willow, if you want garlic, it's here.
It sounds like a huge fire hazard. I mean, this house is made out of wood, but that's just me.
And there's a ladder here, so I'm gonna just go.
Most houses are made of wood.
But I mean, this one's a tree.
Oh dear, let's not go this way.
To the right of the chimenea is a darker corner of the room where you can tell there's something piled up, but because it's on the darker side of the chimenea of the fireplace, you can't really tell what's piled up there, but it looks like some kind of boxes or something.
Dark vision.
Mr. Dark Vision, well, you're using your dark vision to stare into an area of glowing fire.
Oh dear.
So it kind of ruins what you're trying to see with your dark vision.
I go over to the dark spot, see what I find.
It's a stack of chairs.
I found chairs. Willow,
There's the chairs.
Willow, we found some more chairs.
Usually they would have them out.
Willow,
Leave me alone about the chairs. All right.
well, this one's red. You don't have a red
I
chair.
mean,
I don't need chairs.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Ah, very good. Okay, there we go. Brunar, at this point, you walk up, and the first thing you see is the trail splits off. One part of the trail to your right goes to a closed door, and the other part of the trail to your left goes around the tree and up some stairs, and you can tell it goes to another door, but from where you're standing at the moment, you can't actually see that door.
All right, I'll head over to the door on the left.
Okay, as you come up the stairs, you see the door's open.
I walk on.
Been left wide open.
I walk in, I turn around, I close the door.
Okay, as you close the door, you hear Hal talking to somebody,
I head to Hal's voice.
and you see the room that I've already described,
Yeah.
and you can definitely tell that the area that you hear Hal's voice coming from is on the other side of that stone staircase.
Okay. I head over to the other side of the stone.
You guys hear somebody walking up behind you.
Get the gluten ready.
I point my crossbow at wherever I hear the noise coming from.
Sure enough, you see a body hopping in, and the glow from the fireplace reveals it to be Brunar
Oh,
as he walks up behind you.
oh man, you scared us.
Oh,
You guys are making an awful lot of noise.
I'm
for
being,
him.
I'm being sneaky.
He's
You mean her?
right.
Happens all the
You
time.
Right, you couldn't hear me, right?
Really loud.
stealthy.
really loud.
Stealthy.
I can hear you from the front door, which you guys left wide open.
Oh,
Oh, well, I was the first one in, so that wasn't my fault.
Hal, you didn't close the door?
Yeah, that was Willow's fault. She was the last one in.
No, but the
So my
man who
first-
opens the door first always has to close it behind him.
But then you guys would be outside.
No, you let us in. Never mind, I'll teach you proper exit.
Well, anyways, this is the kitchen.
Welcome.
What are we doing?
We're looking for people with long fingers that he thinks are evil.
The goat told me.
The goat told you.
Long
The
story.
goat told me they're in here.
They're in here.
Long story short, we're looking for long finger men
Okay,
with a goat's intuition and wood,
nice.
and we're currently in a kitchen with garlic.
Never known a goat to lie to me.
Well,
How many
why
goats
would
have you
they?
talked to?
That's a very bad idea to do.
They're a noble species.
I agree. Goats are awesome. So let's go ahead and follow the goat's intuition.
Anyways, there's no long-fingered men in here except for a bunch of chairs that Willow might take.
Need chairs. You hear me from there.
It echoes through the whole tree.
Wow, so much for stealth, right, guys?
Yeah, very
Jeez.
not stealthy.
I'm back at the locked door.
So I guess this is a dead end.
I'm pretty sure they're probably either behind that door or up the stairs
Well, it is a ladder here.
or up that
Nobody
ladder.
went into the kitchen.
No, I did go into the kitchen.
Oh, if you went into the kitchen, immediately to the left, as you went in, you saw a stack of firewood.
Yeah.
And above that, between the stack of firewood and the ladder, is a couple of ropes with various pieces of cloth hanging from it. Towels.
Does the ladder lead anywhere?
The ladder goes up to the cupboards.
Oh, it's like one of those bookshelf. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this ladder goes to proper learning and etiquette, but not here. Let's go to the stairwell outside of this room.
Right,
and then
yeah.
Go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs
Upstairs it is.
and be sneaky about it, Willow.
Yeah,
I will sneak up like 20 feet in front of these guys and be stealthy about it. Natural 20.
How far ahead of these
Like
guys?
20 feet ahead of these guys.
Okay, and you've told these guys to wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm holding
I
them all back.
start walking.
As you go
Just
up
one
the
step.
stairs, as I said, it curves around to the left towards the wall. There's an opening in the roof that you're going to walk through. It straightens out as you get to there. And as your head begins to come up to that hole, you notice there's another hole to your left. And there's a flooring to your left that would be the ceiling of the room you're leaving. But this room would be about the same size as the room you just left, except for from the floor to the ceiling of this room, it's only about 4.5 feet. And it's kind of dark in there, but you have your dark vision and there's no lighting in there whatsoever. But you can see a couple of crates, well-closed crates. You can see 2 barrels laying on their side that probably wouldn't fit if you tried to stand them straight up. And maybe a couple more crates behind the barrels.
Going up.
As you look up through the hole, you see a little wee glow of moonlight. And as your head comes through there, directly in front of you, you see about 3 feet in front of this staircase is another much lighter wooden staircase. And it is also being held up, and part of this room, it appears, being held up by what looks like a branch from this tree going from the floor to the roof. Behind that ladder and that branch is a lot of shelves, almost floor to ceiling, filled with books. Books. As your waist comes up through the hole, you see on the bottom shelf, actually like on the floor in the center of that area, is a footlocker, a lockbox of sorts. Farther to the left is a ladder, a mobile ladder, not much different than the one that you saw in the kitchen. The ladder goes up the bookshelves, and where it stops, the shelves also seem to stop, except for to the far left and right. And you see a blanket, maybe a wolf skin of some sort, hanging over the bookshelf. And that is where the glow of a little bit of moonlight comes from. There is, next to the ladder, a settee, a daybed, a little couch. Above that is a very small round window. Definitely glass. It has 4 equal panes of wood with a, like cross in the middle, and a brazier hanging from chains above the settee, also unlit. to the far right is a door.
Can we go up the stairs now?
Yeah, sure. You can come up.
All right, I go up there. Kind of dark in here.
You can roll for another stealth if you want, Hal.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you be quiet.
I believe in you. You got bardic inspiration with that.
16.
Okay, you're quiet enough.
Good.
Hey, anybody looking at anything that I've described?
Yeah, sure. I
I'll
look at the barrels.
Oh, so you stop before you get to the top and you're going to crawl through that area? You could bend down and not necessarily touch the floor with your hands, but between the ceiling and the roof in this little area where the barrels were, this is not the same room as the books. It's a
Right,
separate
never
room.
mind. I'm going to go up
Okay.
to the book room.
Can I look at the books and kind of
Can I go
see
for
like
the
maybe
books
what a
too?
general gist of like what these are, like what they're about?
A lot of books about mining, about wildlife, nature survival.
56 different positions.
So from your first scan, a lot of that, there's maybe a whole section about war strategies,
That likes books.
Lao Tzu or
Yeah,
whatever.
really,
that guy's
really
name
loves
is.
books.
I get one of the animal books and I just look at the pictures.
All right, yeah, there's animals in there.
Oh.
The dreaded Vorpal squirrel. And
It was terrible gaze, and it's just like a death stare.
These animals are so cute. I wish I could talk to them.
Hal, you're looking at a book of a bunch of wolves mauling a deer.
yeah, he's getting a bone.
It's just nature. It's just nature, man. Gotta respect nature.
Okay, and
There's books about tying knots. There's books about how to sail a small sailing vessel. There's
How about the lockbox?
there's a
the
lot.
lockbox is covered in a green felt that is adhered to it in some way. The lid is rounded, and there is a standard latch on the front that would be a lock, much like any other, like the one I said about the other door, little slider.
Hal, I think they're calling you.
Oh no, that dog's an asshole. I don't want to.
I tested to see if it's open.
It's locked.
Just jam it with your sword.
No, we're not.
Do it. I dare you.
don't believe in
It's a
this.
smart idea.
Peer
Trust
pressure is
me.
never the answer.
Why are we trying to get into his lockbox?
I don't know. It's my friend. Do not try to rob
I'm
my
daring
friend.
Bruner. It's so funny.
You dare
No,
me?
man.
it's not a good joke.
Why would you dare the lawful good paladin?
Yeah, I don't think I'm
Dare
gonna
the
do
chaotic
that,
neutral monk.
It would be so much funnier if he did it though.
Let's just continue on upstairs and look for your long finger
Let's wait
flags.
here and let our friend.
Well, I want to go check out that door first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would be behind the locked door.
Oh, the door. Very good. Okay. It is a very light door. It's not thick. It's not strong. If it were locked, you could punch it open. There is no lock on it. It swings open, and you see a claw-footed iron tub. You see a small cupboard table, a table with a cupboard in it. You see another window, much like the one in the room you just left, only it's against the wall that would be to the left of the front door, to the left of the door. You see what looks to be a chamber pot that appears to be immobile and connected to the wall. You see hooks with towels and cloths
You found the
hanging on them.
bathroom.
And above the iron tub are two chains hanging from the ceiling that have iron rings at the ends of them that look like if you were sitting in the tub, you could reach up and grab them.
You found the bathroom.
Yep, and close the door.
So let's
Right.
continue on.
I'm gonna go behind that door and take a quick piss, and then I come
In
back
the
out
bathtub.
and close the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was taking a quick piss. Wait a minute. Oh, it's much more of a piss than he thought it was. He's standing there for at least 30 seconds longer than he planned.
So 30 seconds.
Guys, I haven't peed all day.
Meanwhile, he's
hurry up,
pissing.
Hal.
Meanwhile, he's shooting the piss. I'm gonna go look at the books if I can. Just one more look.
There is a section of books that I guess you would call city planning, a lot of building, masonry,
Oh,
planning your buildings so that it is sustainable, and sewer systems, aqueducts.
I'll look at the sewer systems one. And I'm just like, okay.
Basically a book that talks about different ways, depending on if you're near a river or an ocean or nothing like that at all, to how you're going to keep your town clean when everybody's dumping chamber pots all over the place. And different styles of building sewers.
Let's see where carpet makers would probably like to hide.
Is there a way to keep going up?
Yes, remember the other stairs that you saw as you came up the top?
Yeah.
The wooden stairs. They curve almost the opposite direction as the stone stairs you just came up. So it's kind of like the stairs are making a big S. Those stone stairs were the bottom part of the S, and the wooden stairs are now the top part of the S.
You want me to go to head, or are we done in here?
Let's go.
Are you sure we should go upstairs, or should we go back to that locked door that's back downstairs?
Why? We can't go in.
If you want me to kick open that door, I will.
I will kick open the door with you.
I'll go ahead and point out as well that the area in the bookshelves at the top middle part I talked about, that there are no books there, with the blanket hanging down, the ladder goes up there, and it's like a little loft bed area where you could lay down and take a nap. And it looks very comfy and cozy, and there's another one of those little windows right there. Somebody going up the stairs?
Let's go. I believe we should.
Up the stairs you go. Is Willow first?
Yeah.
Willow's head is passing through another hole in the ceiling, which will now be the hole in the floor in the next room. At this last part of these stairs, they get really steep and almost ladder-like. And the first thing you see as your head is looking up through this hole is two windows. One of the ones that you saw earlier when you guys were outside, these ones are larger and would be easier to spot from outside. The ones in the room you just left were smaller and might not have been as easily seen. Just below the window to your far right is a large, soft chair. So a wooden frame with cushions in the arms and all that. There is a table next to it. There is a small iron table behind that table that has a teapot on it. And there's a small area under that table where you can tell you can light a little fire, and there's been a fire in there before. Next to that is a chest that is raised off the floor. It has legs. Chest has legs. It's about 3 inches off the ground, and then it's a chest, much like your standard, rounded at the top pirate chest kind of thing. There's a shelf above those that has drinking mugs, steins on it. And there's a shelf above that that has 3 small boxes, decorative looking boxes on it. Willow continues up, and whoever's behind Willow, Egan's head comes up and starts to see this. As Willow steps to the side, Willow, you can also see a ladder against the wall that goes up to yet another floor. There is a chest of drawers to the left of the ladder. Above the chest of drawers, there are 3 rugs and 2 blankets hanging from a series of rungs that come down from the ceiling and flatten out so that these things can hang on them. The opposite side of the room from the big soft chair reveals a nice, not as big as a queen size, but bigger than a twin bed. There's a window above the bed, not at the headboard, but against the side, and a table next to the bed.
Do we really want to keep going up? There doesn't seem to be much up here.
Yeah, it does look like it's just his room.
I go to the decorative boxes and I look inside them.
The decorative boxes are made out of a dark hardwood and have vines of silver in them.
Ooh, these are nice. These are like really nice.
Not yours.
Wonder if he's selling them.
I don't believe he is.
You think if I leave
They don't
some
appear to have any kind of lock on them either. And yeah, they're about, each box is maybe about 8 inches across,
Can I open
by
it?
4 inches deep, by 4 inches tall. You can open it.
Yeah, I open it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's an empty box.
I feel like he's selling these. Do you think if I leave like a gold piece here, it'll be fine?
No.
I feel like that's more than enough for this box.
It's clean. It's not covered in dust or anything.
So he does love it enough that it's clean.
Yeah, but like, why else would he have empty boxes if he wasn't selling them? Okay, fine. God, you guys are horrible.
Let's back up on the shelf.
Should we investigate those boxes actually? If they're just there, I'll investigate the boxes, see if I'll do an Arcana check on them.
Nope.
Nothing. This box.
Really well-made box. Really pretty.
Oh.
All 3 of them. Nothing in them.
Oh, I leave 10 gold pieces. That's more than enough.
In one box?
No, just I'll take the box and then leave gold pieces where the box was.
Oh, being a ranger and all, he hasn't had a lot of dealings in fancy boxware.
Okay, so that's an 18 minus 1, so that's a 17.
All right. You're guessing that if you were to buy this box in town, it'd probably cost more than 10 gold pieces.
More than 10 gold pieces?
Wow, that's a very pretty box.
lot.
It's really
A really nice box.
amazingly well made.
Fine, I'll leave.
And the crafting and inlay of the silver is to die for.
I'll leave 15 gold pieces.
You feel like that ought to do it.
That ought to do it. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go check out that locked door downstairs.
So now you
So
wonder
you're
your
not
hands
going up the
full.
last ladder?
Nah, I think we're good.
I put my nicest prosthetic inside the box.
It's your peace sign hand or something.
It's my food eating hand.
Yeah, it's the fork.
It's the spork.
Yeah, so I can eat soup.
All right, we're going back down. We're not opening the chest.
Oh, actually, I look at that chest real quick.
There's no lock on the chest.
I open it up.
It is full of various jars
Oh,
and small boxes, not unlike the ones that you just looked at, but not anywhere near as fancy.
don't you want one of these?
I already paid for this
And
one.
there's some pouches in there.
Oh, pouches. And I open a pouch.
It has tea in it.
Oh,
Just leave the money where you found where you left it.
She's gonna come home. She's like, what?
You know, you guys can go to town and buy tea, right?
yeah.
You guys, this is very unconventional.
I'm sure it's fine.
But it's hidden tea. Hidden tea is better tea.
I just don't feel comfortable.
Okay.
Call sitting in a chest that's unlocked, hidden. This is where I
Fine,
keep
I
my
put it
frickin'
back.
tea, dude. Next to the table where I cook my frickin' tea.
I put it back and I look at the jars or it's just like yams or something.
Yeah, the jars, you'll see some dried fruits.
Okay.
Some other teas. Lots of snacks, nuts.
So sort of poor fellow with that
Well
one.
preserved.
Looks like a snack box.
Indeed. Let's just close this thing up again.
That's what it said on her underwear. Okay, go on.
Let's just continue on downstairs.
Okay.
You guys can go first.
I go downstairs
No, after you, really.
and I stop at the locked door that's by the stairs.
I want to take some tea. I open the chest.
Oh, you're down at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, bottom.
As you're going down the stairs,
Oh no.
you pass the bookshelf room. And I'm going to give it to Egan.
Oh, okay.
You're going down the stairs and you're passing the room with the low room with the barrels.
Yeah.
And the crates and all that. And you notice a little bit of moonlight coming from the back of that room
Oh.
that wasn't there when you went up.
Hold on, fellas.
And you look past beyond, you don't have to do much. I'll let you say what you need to say, but you notice this first. That just beyond the barrels and the last two crates is a very small, like 3-inch slat type window that's open. That was not open when you went up the stairs.
Hey, everybody, 1 second.
What?
I crawl in to the 4-foot one. It's like someone opened this before. This was not open before. And I just go up to the window and I investigate.
The window's
it.
about 6 or 7 inches across
Okay.
by 3 inches tall, and it opens like a slat louver, and it would push into the room and lift up like a visor in your car.
Oh, just okay.
Yeah. And it has a couple of little sliders that help it stay up when you do that. And it's not open all the way. It's open about halfway.
All right. I don't open it all the way, but I open it halfway, a little bit more, so I can just peek. What do I see?
You see outside.
I believe someone just left
Through the window?
to the wall, but I don't know. Just look. And I just point at the window, like both hands. Just
Maybe they were just warm.
Don't we know of someone who can go
Now
through?
it's 3 inches high by 6 inches across.
Big enough.
I think the
Big
long
enough for a
finger.
slime.
mother.
Okay, we should open
I
that
investigate.
door.
I investigate around, see if I find anything slimy. I got 17.
There's some dust on the floor that is disturbed by what appears to you to be rat rocks.
Those rats.
Bear rats.
I don't believe they're giant rats.
No, normal size rat. Not even a giant rat. A rat. Maybe a squirrel.
Hey, Hall. Do you think squirrels or
Maybe
rats?
even a raccoon.
Do you think anything of a rodent feature can open a window like this without intelligence?
Well, I mean, like, squirrels have tricky hands. So do raccoons, but they're not rodents. They're actually closer related to...
That's not the question. Do you think they can open this?
I'm sure if they wanted to really get in here, they would figure it out eventually.
Yeah, if they tried hard enough, they could.
But they would have to, like... Normal animals aren't, like, smart enough to, like, automatically know how to open windows unless they've done it before.
When you looked outside through the window,
Yeah.
you also noticed that the slat itself is maybe about a half an inch thick, but the wall that is there of the tree and the hole that it's covering is probably more than a foot deep before you can see outside. So, the walls of the tree are fairly thick.
Yeah.
I don't think we should spend too much time here anymore.
I'm sure it's fine.
Don't trust
If we see a squirrel, I'll just talk to it.
That's true, but do we want to stay here or do we want to figure out what those long-fingered things are? Because I do want to go to sleep soon.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we got to figure out this long-fingered things. And I think it's behind a locked door. That seems like the most obvious place they would go to.
Perfect.
I closed the window.
Hey, heading on down the stairs?
What was that?
Finishing your walk? Okay, you're all down on the first floor again.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the stone stairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're just kicking open this door.
The door to the kitchen is still open. The glow from the fireplace has receded. It's not glowing as much.
Let's lockpick the door first. Maybe we can do that.
Does
Do we
anyone
have a
have
lockpick?
lockpicking tools?
Do you have a
They didn't
fork?
think so.
Do you have a fork?
I have a
I
fork.
can try to pick it with darts.
We can try.
I tried to pick the
Do you have
door.
a lockpicking skill?
I have high dexterity.
Yes, I
Give
have.
it a shot.
Please. Inspiration.
Inspiration? Or inspiration? What do you do to inspire me?
I believe in you.
He reaches
can
behind
open
you and
this.
tickles your A little goose.
14.
You sit there for a while making lots of scrape noises, and you do feel some mechanism move around, but no, it's not working.
Yeah, I can't really do this with darts.
All right, let's get
You're not
it open.
working hard enough.
Aren't you the magic user? Shouldn't you have something to do with this?
I can't just knock on the door and be like, open.
Oh,
Plus, I have to play music, and we're still.
You can sing whisperly.
Please, door open. You know you want to do it. Please, doors open. Please, just don't make
As he
me
does
break
that,
it.
I'm gonna kick the door open.
I'm gonna help. Give a help action.
26 to hit.
Have you focused your kicks more at the top door or the bottom door?
The middle.
You're trying to get them both at the same time? All right.
Ow!
You hear a thunderous crack of wood. Both doors fling open, taking with it a sizable chunk of the wall.
Oh, God.
Well, it's open.
Look at that. You're singing me.
The door is now wider, and the door has flung open and even busted off the hinges a little bit. It's old. It's not well taken care of. It's a little bit rotten, maybe.
We'll leave a couple gold pieces.
I think more than a couple.
All right, somebody erase your gold pieces.
I just paid that debt.
I'll leave 5 gold.
As you set the gold pieces down in the air beyond the door you came into this place through, maybe through a couple of the windows upstairs, you hear a ruckus that sounds like it's coming from the Treehouse Tavern and Inn. That sounds like there's maybe some kind of brawl
Oh, dear.
going on there.
I bet Gil started it.
I'm sure he's fine. We got long-fingered men to find.
But that sounds very important right now. Maybe
Kind of like look, like lean, like open the door. Like
Really?
the main door.
You want us to investigate
lean
a
out.
brawl at a bar?
Okay, so you're going to walk over to the door, open it, and look out. You see the back of the Treehouse Tavern.
Anything
Condo.
around
We're
it?
looking for.
And there was definitely the sound of Aurora voices, a few people yelling, maybe even something that sounded like a chair or a stool breaking. And as you stick your head out, the sound dies back down. Is anybody else like starting to look through the door you just busted down while he's doing that? Or you?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
definitely going through the door.
I'm gonna close the door and go with them.
You see a set of stairs going down into what looks more like a mine-hewn tunnel. It is going through wood, And then as the wood goes down into darkness, the walls itself become parts wood, parts dirt, parts stone, all very naturally hewn, as if a tunnel was dug through the tree and its roots and the ground.
Ooh, this
And the stairs
fingered man.
curve to the right as they go down.
All right, let's go check it out, guys.
Okay.
Willow's point.
Who's up front?
He's the only one who can see in the dark.
Yeah, I guess
So-
so, lights a torch, but it's pretty dark down here.
I feel like we should do, you know that thing when they do at camp when they're walking through the woods and you have to grab each other's shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that with Willow leading the cause.
Sweet.
Da, 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 da.
I'll be second. Hal, you come up the rear.
I go on behind? Okay.
Are you okay with being on the rear?
Well, I'm always on the rear, but mostly it's with women, but yeah.
All right.
My thinking is that way you can start inspiring us if we actually hit
I'm
something.
out of inspiration. Really?
Yeah.
Then I have one left.
You go down the stairs. It does curve. As you're curving to your right, by the time you've gone down about 7 feet, the air feels moist, dank, and you hear water dripping into water. As you travel the next 10 feet, the opening opens up a lot more, and you begin to see a very faint glow that lights your way enough. Once again, as if walking on a trail in the moonlight.
Okay. So,
Walking in the moon.
all right, I can see pretty well now.
Everybody.
As the room opens up and you come to the bottom turn of the stairs, before the stairs reach the bottom, in front of you, you can see the floor and a wall that's about 5 feet from the stairs itself, and you can see an opening in that wall. That's about big enough for a person to walk through. On the ceiling towards the bottom of the stairs and beyond, there are roots sticking out of the ceiling and twirling around each other and going back up. One huge root is almost like the pillar that keeps this thing from falling in on you guys. And there's the glow appears to come from the roots and in the ceiling itself in little patches, little globulous patches, not unlike the blobs that Sasha the rug maker left for you.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I do not
I
want
want
to.
to see if there might have been anyone else here before us. Tracks, maybe.
Okay, as you make room for everybody to come down to the bottom of the stairs, to your right, around what we will call the pillar root, you see some kind of crystals actually jutting up out of the ground. And the tops of them have been shaped to be, cut like people like to cut crystals. So there's a pyramid point at the top and flat sides. There's 2 of them like that, and a third one behind them looks like it's been cut to resemble a little castle. Beyond them, you see it's a cross between a canoe and a longboat. And it is obviously tied to a rock next to the crystals, floating in a small body of water. This small body of water goes, I'm going to say the boat itself is about 8 feet long and 3 feet wide. The small body of water is maybe a little more than 22 feet across. And on the other side of it is a dark opening. And the water continues down that opening. And it's tall enough that you could sit in the boat and float your way on down.
So this is like a canal.
A river Styx.
So do we want to keep going?
Yes, of course.
What about the? Do I see the slimy looking things on the?
Yeah,
I do a detect evil.
you detect no evil.
I say, guys, I don't think those are the same thing.
They're not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't look like the things that you had to fight before. It's not moving. It's definitely a fungus of some sort, almost like a lot of very very tiny mushrooms all growing right next to each other. And they glow.
Oh, I think can I touch one?
You'd have to get up on Bruner's shoulders.
Bruner, hold still. I climb on top of him and I'm on his shoulders. I'm like, okay, like poke one.
And it's a wet, squishy fungus. Some of it sticks to your finger, and now your fingertip is glowing.
Oh, Bruner, hold still. And I just like do cat whisker. See?
Looks then they form the band Kiss.
And this is how we were born. Willow, you do bass. Okay, I get a mushroom and I put it in a little bag or something and I put it in a pocket.
All right.
Oh, right. Schmidt would want to take a look at those.
Sure.
I'll grab. Not only that, but it's a light.
Can you grab some from me?
Sure. How many do you need?
Like a couple handfuls.
Ew.
That's a good way to do the measurement. I wouldn't say like,
okay,
give me 10 because they're really small.
Yeah.
I grab a couple handfuls and I hand them to you, and I grab another handful and I just put it in my bag.
Little bags and throw them in there. 2 handfuls of glowing mushroom.
Yeah. I got
Also,
glowing
if you need to like leave breadcrumbs.
Oh, the glowing mushrooms.
All right, I head to the tiny boat.
Yeah, we get in the boat.
Everybody's getting in the boat.
So is it a rowboat?
We all fit in the boat?
We're on a boat.
There are 2 oars and about a 10-foot pole in it.
Oh, guys, I really wish I could.
There are 2 paddles.
I wish I could row, but I only got one hand. So
What, it never stopped you before?
They're paddles and a pole like you would stick on the bottom.
I used the pole
and push. Who got in the boat first?
me and then Bruner.
And I was right behind.
All right. Everybody, roll a 20. What you got? Don't worry about bonuses or anything. Just roll a 20.
11.
Ooh, 12.
Yeah, 16.
I got 12.
Okay, the boat rocks a bit as you guys are getting in it.
Okay.
It's a boat that, you're not quite used to it, even if you've been in a canoe or something like it before. But you get your legs in it pretty quick, especially if you realize right away that, like, sitting down is a really good idea.
Oh, I sit down.
Definitely not a barge.
Yeah, let's sit down.
So I'll grab one of the paddles and I'll hand it over to
The
Egan.
front of the boat has a long point that goes straight out, and the other side has a very small version of what you would see on the front of a Viking ship, like maybe some kind of mermaid would be on it or whatever, but it's just got pokey things sticking out of it.
So we're gonna go forward.
Okay. You push off with the pole.
Yeah.
The boat moves about 3.5 feet and stops with a jerk.
That's right, it's on the rope.
And you all kind of bump into each other. Make another roll.
Oh,
Nat 20.
oh, come on. I never get that 20 on that one. 15.
14.
9.
Oh, a 9.
Whoa, Willow.
Oh, I always fall in the water.
Okay, Willow starts to go over the edge, and
Oh, I grab her
you
and
guys
was like,
catch him. Hal with his nat 20s ready.
Like holding anything
Keeps
else.
you from going in the drink.
Stabs me and pulls me back on.
yeah. I was like,
I aim
am
my
hooked
cross.
to rope.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
Okay.
I don't do anything.
You get out of the boat because now you're farther from the
No,
rock.
I pull on the rope to get us closer to where it's tied, and then tie it from the
he doesn't
rock.
know his own strength and he jerks us a death.
Hang on, everyone.
Okay, the boat is untied. And you are pushing with the pole.
Yes.
You're in the back.
Yes.
Winner's in the back, pushing with the pole.
And we are using paddles.
As you begin to push with the pole, okay, we've got Willow with one paddle and Egan with the other.
And
Very good.
I'm relaxed.
Oh, this is the night.
You almost immediately feel a small current pulling you the direction that you want to go.
It'll be fun coming back.
Oh, boy.
Who says we're coming back?
That's true.
And as you enter the cave on the other side, high up at the ceiling, there's this big skull and crossbones. No.
She really hates
Talk to
cults.
fish.
Probably.
Can you talk to fish?
But we would have to, like, bring a fish up to land, and it would probably just complain about dying.
Well, can't you just, like, put your head under water and then talk to him?
I don't know.
We gotta tell you this next time. Bruner, we gotta buy a goldfish for him and then we can see what would happen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really dark even for the folks with dark vision at this point. Every once in a while, you even feel the boat bump the wall.
Should I light a torch?
Oh, yeah, that sounds smart.
We could just bring out some of the
Mushrooms.
mushrooms that we have.
Yeah.
I look at Willow, I'm like,
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take out some of my mushrooms.
As you do that, you notice that point out in front of the boat looks like it's got a little channel in it that, hey, this would work really good if we put these mushrooms in this channel and it would kind of light the way.
Okay.
And sure enough, you can see enough of the ceiling and the walls around you, and 15 feet in front of you, at least enough that you're not going to slam into something. You're not. There are no rapids. You're not traveling at a great speed.
It's not like Willy Wonka. Anybody have any idea which way we're going?
No.
I would say if you had a natural sense of direction,
Which I do not.
you feel like you've left the treehouse inn area going. If you took your best guess, you would say that you're going towards the coast.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Oh, we're going to.
Not towards the center of town, not towards the Lord's Manor even so much, which would be almost the closest part of the town to the treehouse.
I just realized we left our boots there.
Right. Never put your shoes back on.
The only one who shoes is Bruner because he's rude.
That's true. I just don't wear shoes.
I have flip-flops, thank you.
Yes, you still have your slippers on.
Why did
Indeed.
you guys take
Pink
off-
little slippers.
Because it seemed like the polite thing to do. There were shoes on the side. I would feel like a bad person if I didn't also take off my shoes.
Wait, you took off your shoes, but you stole a box.
Excuse me, I did not steal a box. I paid for it.
We're just saying this like out loud in the middle of this thing. It's like,
There are turns.
oh dear.
Oh, dear.
And between the paddles and the pole, you can use the pole to push against the walls itself, and you realize, oh, that's pretty much what the pole is for.
I poke Hal a couple times on the head. Lightly.
I slap the back of my head and look around.
And after several turns, you do feel a quick dip, a little spoop into a deeper area, and the ceiling gets higher. So you dipped, but the ceiling stayed high. And it begins to open up as to not be just this little tunnel that barely the boat fits through.
Okay.
And at first, it is 8 feet across, 10 feet across, 12 feet across.
This place is getting.
And you can see a little bit better as it opens up. And you can see more of that mushroomy glow ahead of you. And on top of that, you can tell that you're headed for and about to crash into, well, not going that fast. Not that you would be in any danger of breaking the boat or anything, but you're about to hit a wooden bridge.
Oh, I start like slowing.
And you see a shore to your left and to your right that goes for about 18 feet before it gets to the bridge. The water continues under that bridge, makes a left, and goes under another bridge. And the water makes a right because it's going around an outjutting of rock. And you can't see beyond that. Very well, there will be a picture on the website. And we now have a board in front of us where the blue is water, the black is cavern walls, and the red are wooden bridges. The bridge in front of you is barely a foot or two above the water. So if you continue forward, you're going to just kind of bump into it.
Probably
So we should go towards I wouldn't call it a shore. What's it called?
Call it the shore.
Is it called the shore?
bank?
Sure.
The bank. The embankment.
Side.
The edge.
What side do we want to go on? I guess you guys decide since you guys are rowing.
How far is your dark vision?
60.
Yes, right. Willow says right.
So you're going to pull your boat up on the right bank. There are various rocks. Easy to find a rock to tie off onto.
Perfect.
I tie it.
I believe that's going to be an excuse in the future, so we should not let them get away with these.
How am I supposed to tie it? You guys made me tie something before.
Use your
It did
teeth.
not go well.
Use your teeth.
You got to learn somehow.
It's too hard.
You got to
Well,
learn
there's
somehow.
something
how-
called a one-handed bowline. You realize that?
Plus, you could use your feet. You don't have any shoes on.
Oh, right. I don't have any shoes on.
And look, my slippers are soggy. You don't see me.
You didn't touch the water.
Flash.
How'd you get slippers on? I thought you took your shoes off too.
I took some slippers, okay?
Yeah, there's a pair of slippers he took.
What?
So this Three Stooges conversation is happening as you pull the boat up to the right and you're tying it off on a rock.
try to observe to see if there's anything in this cavern we should be.
Well, all of you hear something like a rock move or slide or whatever, and those with dark vision, Willow, notice right away that moving towards you.
We picked the wrong side.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my god.
I could take him.
Are 8 individuals.
8.
8 individuals in
How many bow things?
what looks like some kind of very blackened leather armor with little plates in it here and there. And they're all carrying short swords, cudgels.
Willow, how long are their fingers?
And yes, they have these black gloves with these elongated fingers and small palms around the pommels of their weapons.
We're in the right place.
And these elongated noses under a mask of sorts.
Should we try talking to him first?
And that's where we're going to leave you on this episode of Port Locke. Remember to tell your friends about Port Locke and Chronosphere Fiction and help us get some new listeners. You can become a patron of Chronosphere Fiction at Patreon/Chronosphere, where you'll get bonus episodes, music, video, and other goodies. Thank you for listening to Port Locke on Chronosphere Fiction. Until next time, keep your cosmos clean.